Hey there, Chris McCarthy here with Brand Identified, and today I'm going to walk you through an AI business integration framework to help you define your messaging pillars and your communication themes for your brand and your business. You're going to be able to use this 6-step framework to develop structured messaging pillars and content themes that keep your brand aligned, clear, and consistent across every consumer touchpoint and platform. So this is what we're going to go ahead and cover today. We're going to go over that 6-step AI-powered framework. We are then going to answer the 10 questions that you must define to build out your AI strategy. Then I'm going to show you how to accelerate your strategy using the custom GPT BrandOptimizer.AI. Then I'm going to give you a 6-step AI prompt sequence to customize your framework and your strategy for your business, also using that custom GPT over at BrandOptimizer.AI. And then I'm finally going to show you how to install Brand Growth AIOS into your business. So let's jump in and get started. Step number 1 of this AI-powered framework is to define. So start by answering these 10 messaging structure questions. The responses will help you uncover the patterns, the priorities, and positioning language that should guide all of your brand communication moving forward. So question number 1 here is, what are the 3 to 5 main things that your business wants to be known for? These core themes become your messaging anchors and the ideas that define your brand in the market. Question number 2 is, what topics do you talk about most often in your marketing or your sales content? Understanding your current focus helps identify strengths and gaps within your messaging strategy. Question number 3 is, what challenges or questions do your customers frequently bring up? Addressing these directly assures that your content answers real objections and real pain points. Question number 4 is, what transformation do you help people or businesses achieve? Highlighting the before and the after story clarifies the value and the impact that you deliver. Question number 5 is, are there any topics or themes that you feel that your brand should be talking about more? This helps surface neglected but important areas that could strengthen your authority. Question number 6 is, what kinds of content perform best for you right now? Knowing what resonates guides your future content choices and its formats. Question number 7, do your marketing campaigns feel connected to a larger message, or are they created only as needed? Strategic campaigns build momentum. Ad hoc efforts risk dilution. So this question reveals how they resonate. Question number 8, what beliefs or values do you want your brand to stand for publicly? Your brand's worldview shapes how audience relate and connect with your brand and your business on a deeper level. Question number 9, what industry trends, ideas, or principles are core to your positioning? These insights help you stay relevant and position you as a thought leader. And then finally, question number 10 is, if all of your content focused on just 3 to 5 reoccurring themes, what would you want those to be? Choosing consistent themes provides direction and clarity for your messaging over time. So step number 2 here in this framework is to clarify. You want to define the core areas of focus that your brand needs to communicate consistently. Messaging pillars are not just what you talk about, they're what you want your brand to own in the minds of your audience and your customers. This step extracts your most important messages and turns them into focus categories. So go ahead and identify 3 to 5 core messaging pillars based on your audience's needs, your brand strengths, and your business goals. Each pillar should connect to a recurring pain point, a value proposition, or a belief that your brand stands for. And think of these as strategic lanes. Each one should help differentiate and reinforce your brand. Now, in this step of the framework and all the other steps and additional 6 AI prompt sequence that I'm going to be going over later, I've included BrandOptimizer.AI prompts for you to use. Now, I want to make sure you're not just adding these into ChatGPT or another generic large language model. So I want to make sure that you're adding these over into BrandOptimizer.AI. This is a custom GPT that I've developed that's built off the knowledge base of Brand Identified, which encompasses over 25 years of experience working with dozens of clients. So this first prompt here is, we are a, and then go ahead and put your business type in there, that serves target audience, so put your target audience in there. Now, based on the following messaging inputs, help us define 3 to 5 core messaging pillars that align with our brand's value, our audience priorities, and our communication strategy. So you're going to take that prompt, you're also going to add in those 10 questions with the answers to those 10 questions, and then you're going to go ahead and add that over into BrandOptimizer.AI, which is this custom GPT. So BrandOptimizer.AI, click on Launch the Custom GPT. This is going to open up ChatGPT, but it's going to open it up into the Brand Optimizer interface. And this is the only one that has access to the knowledge base that you're going to want to prompt to get the appropriate responses based off of the Brand Optimizer knowledge base for your specific business. So go ahead, add in that prompt there, and then add in the additional prompts that I'm going to be showing you in the upcoming steps within this framework. So moving on here into the next step of this framework, which is step number 3, and that is structure. So build out communication themes beneath each messaging pillar. With your core pillars in place, this step creates the sub-themes, the stories, and the content categories that live within each of those. This becomes the structure for your website copy, your content, your campaigns, and your conversations. So write a short summary for each of the pillars. This should be a 1 to 2 sentence explaining what it represents. Then list 3 to 5 communication themes beneath each, such as proof points, how-to content, origin stories, or beliefs. Then ensure that each theme ties back to what your audience needs to know, feel, or believe about your brand. And then, as always, we've added in a BrandOptimizer.AI prompt for step number 3. So moving on to step number 4, this is embed. So turn your messaging pillars into a system that you can use across your team. A great messaging framework only works if it is adopted internally. So this step ensures that your team can easily use the pillars to guide how they write, how they speak, and how they create content across every consumer touch point and channel. So document your pillars and themes in your brand messaging guide or your content playbook. Train internal teams, writers, and creatives to use the pillars to shape all of their messaging, and build templates or campaign briefs to start with pillar alignment. And then, as always, I've added in a BrandOptimizer.AI prompt for step number 4. Now moving on to step number 5, and this is show. Make your messaging structure visible across public-facing brand content. The themes that you build internally should come to life through your brand experience. This step focuses on applying your frameworks to website content, social media, videos, and everything that your brand touches so that your message feels consistent and intentional. So align your homepage sections or your product pages with these new pillars. Create pillar-based content series like blog categories or email themes, and use sub-themes to guide podcast topics, video outlines, or event messaging. And then, as always, for step number 5, I've given you a BrandOptimizer.AI prompt to help you out with this strategy. Now, the final step, number 6 in this 6-step process here is review. So you want to refine your messaging pillars over time as your brand evolves. Your focus may shift as your audience grows, your offers change, or your business expands. This step helps you regularly assess which themes are still relevant and which ones need to evolve. So revisit your messaging framework every 6 to 12 months, remove redundant or outdated themes and add new ones based on data or feedback, and review which pillars are overused, underused, or misunderstood. And then finally, I've given you another Brand Optimizer AI prompt for step number 6. So then moving on here, now we have a 6-step prompt sequence that you can use over at BrandOptimizer.AI to instantly create your custom strategy. So the first of these prompts is your strategy prompt, and that is help me build a complete strategy for messaging pillars and communication themes that aligns with our brand and our business goals. Prompt number 2 is your execution prompt. This is give me a step-by-step execution plan to implement messaging pillars and communication themes effectively in our business. Prompt number 3 is your audit and your optimization prompt. That is, audit our current messaging pillars and communication themes and recommend improvements or optimizations that we should make. Prompt number 4 is your template and your tool prompt. This is provide a fill-in-the-blank template or a framework that I can use to create or improve our messaging pillars and our communication themes. Prompt number 5 is your role-based prompt. So this is how should A, and then you're going to want to input your title, your role, or a position within your organization. So for example, founder, CMO, or marketing manager, approach messaging pillars and communication themes in a growing business. And the final 6th prompt in this 6-step prompt sequence that you can use over at BrandOptimizer.AI is your integration prompt. And that is how does messaging pillars and communication themes connect with or support other areas of our business like marketing, sales, or operations. So the final step here is the Brand Growth AI OS, and this is an AI-powered operating system to optimize your business. This is a proprietary 16-phase optimization and execution strategy that integrates 60 specialized services into one unified growth engine. It is designed to transform your business into a high-performance, fully optimized and scalable operation. Each service is delivered in a structured, sequence-based framework that starts with deep diagnostics, applies proven strategic models, and then executes with AI-enabled tools and automations. Now, I've prepared a short overview video that explains Brand Growth AI OS, but I also want to make sure you check out BrandOptimizer.AI to learn more, and then also check out BrandGrowthAIOS.com as well. The Brand Growth AI OS is a complete operating system for your business. It's a proprietary 16-phase optimization and execution strategy that pulls together 60 specialized services into one unified growth engine. The entire system is designed to take your business from where it is today and transform it into a high-performance, fully optimized, and scalable operation. Now, here's the important part. This isn't just a collection of services thrown together. Every step is structured, it's sequence-based, and it follows a very specific framework. We begin with deep diagnostics, then move into proven strategy models, and then bring it all to life with AI-enabled tools and automations. Once the Brand Growth AI OS is installed inside your business, here's what you can expect. Your company will run on a streamlined, data-driven, AI-supported infrastructure. You will deliver a consistent, high-quality client experience that drives both retention and referrals. Your offers, pricing, and positioning will be optimized for your market. You'll have predictable opportunities coming in through campaigns, funnels, and content systems that are built to work together. And you, as the founder, along with your leadership team, will finally be able to focus on strategy instead of being stuck in daily execution. So let's talk about what that means for your role versus ours. Your role requires only a minimal time investment, about 15 minutes per day for quick approvals and roughly 30 minutes a week for high-level strategic reviews. That is it. Our role is to handle everything else: the audit, the strategy, the design, the build out, the optimization, and the execution of your complete Brand Growth AI OS. That way, you can stay focused on leading your business while we install the system that allows it to scale.